I'm Scott Miller. This is my life living in León, Nicaragua. Today, I'm heading out to Managua to have an eventful weekend, hanging out in the city. We're going to a concert and doing some stuff there. So I'm currently in the car with Chepe, who is driving me to the Terminal de Autobuses. We're going to see the bus station here in León. I'm going to be taking the, what was used to be known as the UCA, the Interlocales, out to Managua and hanging out there for the weekend. This is being recorded just hours after the fatal crash of the Interlocales in Nagarrote last night. So of course everyone is a little bit on edge as there was a pretty terrible crash out there late last night. But we're going to be hanging out in Managua, having a fun time, and we're just taking you along for a weekend trip, going to a concert in Managua. So we're doing something a little bit different. I think this is going to be fun. So let's get right to it. We're going to go to the Terminal de Autobus in León, Nicaragua, right after the bump. Chepe drove us into the Terminal de Autobuses, so I wanted to bring you guys along and show you what it's like approaching the bus station here in León. And we're going to go through this neighborhood, and a lot of the bus stations are like this. They're neighborhoods full of markets and a lot of it's really busy as you come into any of the bus stations in the country. It's just the nature of how the buses are. They tend to be full of gas stations and just surrounded by small shops and stuff because they're hubs of activity, and so just everything goes on here, the shipments and everything. So you can see the chicken buses here everywhere. A lot of people think these are being replaced, and they will be in time, but loads of them remain and will remain for a long time. As we go over to the side, we get to the UCA or Interlocales. You can see them lined up here. So you just pull along and find whatever city you want to go to and hop out and get right on a bus. All right, I'm here at the terminal. We're going to get on one of the Interlocales. These buses here, the shuttles really is what they are. And we're going to be in Managua in a bit less than 2 hours. These move pretty fast. It's very easy. So just going to get on. It's 78 cord, so almost exactly $2. Not the easiest thing ever. So I wanted to show this because people are always asking, like, how do you deal with this? How do you find the place? You just look for the ones that say León Managua, like the one behind me, because they go to lots of different places. And you can just say where you're going. They'll help you out, and it's nice and easy. So we're going to hop on the bus, grab a snack, and get on our way. This is what it looks like. Pretty loud. This is what it looks like while you're waiting. Everybody just sits around. They sell snacks and stuff. So bring some extra cord with you, maybe 40 to 80 cord. You can get drinks, a couple snacks to eat. Get really good food. It's actually a really fun experience riding the bus and having some snacks, and otherwise just chill on your ride to Managua. Bring a camera, watch out the window, take a nap, whatever. They're very comfy and easy. So I'll see you guys in Managua. All right, we're here on the bus, and we stop about halfway. This is La Paz Centro. It's a place called Landers. This is where normally they stop, and this is generally where you pay. They stop for a couple minutes. They open up the bus. You get some cool air, and it's a chance to order some food. They've got like real food here, like quesillos. So you can see there's multiple buses that have stopped here. I think there's one pulling away right over here, and then another one. This is the most I've ever seen here all at once. There's at least 6. Normally there's just 1 or 2. But right now there's at least, 8. There are 8 Interlocales all sitting here at the same time getting food and stuff. So this is just part of the trip. This is not 100% guaranteed that you will stop here or somewhere like this. But you can see, when I first started riding the UCA bus 4 years ago, this was just a little roadside stand. There was no restaurant. There was just like a spot to pull up, and they, sell some same snacks as in the bus station. But now it's turned into a real restaurant. It's like a major stop. Everybody stops here, and it actually breaks up the journey a little bit. You can stretch your legs for just a second if you needed to, but it also is just an easy spot to stop and pay and get lunch, because like the quesillos or something, you can get drinks, whatever you want, and they come right up to the bus. You don't have to get out. So just a little bit about the journey so you know what to expect. I know a lot of people ask about how the UCA Interlocales work, and this is just part of it. So yeah, this is Landers, La Paz Centro. All right, I'm already in my taxi. I only had a second as I jumped out of the bus. We're going to show the terminal. This is the old UCA, now the Interlocales Managua León. And that's the one I just got off of
right there. So they just pull up to the little stalls. You look for the one here if you're in Managua and you're gonna head to Leon. You just go to the one that says Leon, and off you go. So I am heading into downtown. We're going to Bologna right now because we're heading to the 1979 bar, which is a really famous bar right on the main drag. I'm meeting up with Luke from the community, and we'll be catching up with you guys from there. So I'm just taking a quick taxi. I'm paying $150 Cordoba, which is way too much, but I didn't want to deal with it. So that's what I'm paying. Normally use and drive and you'll get a better price, but not too bad. And I'll be there in just a few minutes. So we'll see you guys from Bologna. All right, just pulled up to the 1979 and it is raining pretty heavily here in Bologna. It's kind of a gorgeous day though. It feels super comfortable, and it's a little bit quiet because of the rain. So I'm just waiting for Luke to arrive here. He's coming in a taxi from not too far away. My hotel here is just like a block and a half away. So I'm just gonna wait for it to stop raining. I have some beers here and then walk over. Marcela is gonna be joining us at some point. She is in the hospital, but not for her. She's visiting someone at the moment. And then we got a concert somewhere in the area tonight. So I'm here in my Scott Allen Miller vlog shirt, and we're just gonna chill here at the bar. So it's fun doing a different kind of vlog today. I'm enjoying this. So here, I'll show the sign out there so you can see where we are. Right about there. And try not to get the camera too wet. There's a bit of rain, so all right, let's head in and get a drink. All right, this is the 1979. It was a really famous bar here in the city. Not a popular place for tourists, but those of us that live here, it's very well known. And so went in there, met up with Luke, hung out for several hours. Marcela joined us. Sel joined us. We had a really good time all evening until it was time to go to the concert. So we just chilled, had beers. Luke brought me a brand new Camelback, which is really cool. I'm really excited to be using that for when we go out hiking and stuff. It's gonna be perfect for carrying cameras and phones and chargers and having water and being able to just have it on my back. I think it's gonna, I'm really hopeful it's gonna make hiking a lot easier for me because I'm always like carrying things in my pockets. It's a problem. And some new GoPro batteries for my GoPro 13. And he just got a GoPro 13. He's got a new channel that he's doing, which I'll do my best to link for you guys. I've told some of you about it. And he's got a GoPro 13, so he's just learning how to do that. So this is all new for him. But so this is where we hung out this afternoon. And then when he headed back, we went and got to our hotel, which we're going to take you to and show you where that is, and take you on to the concert tonight. So let's get going. All right, so we're staying here at the Sulam Luxury Hotel, which is right like a block and a half from the set 1979. So really, really easy. We came over here after hanging out with Luke and got settled in, dropped off our stuff, got ready, had a little bit of time to relax. I want to show, there's actually a really cute house right here that I'm walking by. This is kind of the edge of Bologna, and there's a little bit of hotels and stuff. You can actually see the Crown Plaza and Plaza Inter over here behind me. Kind of gives you a landmark. Oh, so we stayed at the hotel, changed, got ready, and then headed out to the concert. So we're gonna take you there, and then we're gonna come back and show you more of this area of Managua tomorrow.
So we went to see Cultura Profetica at the big stadium in the middle of the city. This is my first time going to a concert at this venue. I was really impressed. This was very much a big city concert venue, nothing like what we see in Leon. Unfortunately, I can't bring you any of the audio from the concert because there's no way that YouTube will allow us to play that, so I have to voice over everything, but this gives you an idea of what the venue is like. We had a really nice time. It was a fun night out. Marcela really needed to get out. This is her last free day before she goes into her second chemo treatment, so she really wanted to do something big and fun and different, so she's been looking forward to this concert for a long time. This is in the video of a Nicaraguan band opening, but Cultura Profetica came later. There they are, and very popular concert. This was really big. Good turnout here in Nicaragua. Then after going out, we went out to the reef, we went out to Ronconcolas and just hung out in the city, as people do. Going out in Nicaragua often means going out till 2, 3, even 4 o'clock in the morning. I did get recognized 4 different times on this particular weekend, which is pretty cool. And there we are at Ronconcolas. So fun night out, all had a good time, and we're going to take you on a little tour back in Managua.
All right, it's Sunday morning, and we are going out for some breakfast. We're here in Bologna. Ooh, what a view. And we're hiking to Papaturo. Looks like it has some pretty good breakfast. We've never heard of the place before, so we're just checking out what is around The area near the hotel said it was a 7-minute walk. So this is us starting our day. Is a gorgeous day, very sunny. Air is cool, it's kind of dry. And we're just on the main drag and going out to enjoy some breakfast. We're gonna take you along.
So here we are at the restaurant. This is just off the main drag. You can see the girls walking up to go in there. This turned out to be a really nice venue. We were the only ones there, which was perfect. We were able to film and not interrupt anyone or get in the way. So very nice. We had just found this by looking to see what was local, but I have driven past this before, so I was familiar just a tiny bit with the sign, but it's never been a place that we were near and just wouldn't likely go in. We were really surprised from the outside. You can't really tell that there's much other than a nice sign, but you come inside and you have this beautiful courtyard and a bridge going to this interesting house. This is very Central American. This is very much what you would see in Guatemala City. For example, we were quite impressed by finding this place. And I think this was a house. It was probably a really great neighborhood to have a house in, but now the main street is pretty busy. But we got a table. Here's the menu. And we were able to get breakfast. Very, I thought, affordable for what is in reality a decently fancy place. Here you can see the prices and the options. And we all got huevos rancheros. It just seemed like the thing to get. But we were pretty surprised by this restaurant.
All right, we're here in Papaturro, just a few minutes away from the hotel. We just walked up the street, and we got huevos rancheros with kind of a Nicaraguan flair because we've got queso frito. And it's delicious. So this is a relatively typical Managua breakfast, and we're just having a nice time here up the street. We're gonna be heading back to the hotel. I'm gonna be heading back to Leon on the early side today because it's a busy weekend, but this is a nice relaxing venue. Very beautiful spot here. I'm really impressed, and it's a little bit hard to find, so look for these places. There's a lot of good hidden restaurants in Managua.
While we were at the restaurant, they said that they could give us a tour because they have a lot of new stuff opening up and available beyond just the dining room that we were in. So we went for a little walk, went back across the bridge, got to check out the courtyard. But the real surprise is that if we go down the stairs here and go around this really cool tree, which we're going to come back to and show you what that is. But this used to be a parking area, right? And this was the garage where you would actually pull the car through and be in the private, not garage, but open area of the house. You can kind of see how this would have worked as a house with the gate and the first floor for security. Like, this is actually a pretty cool design for a house, and they've done some interesting things with it. And the house portion, you can see how deep it is. This was actually a good size house. So they have a lot of space as the building for the restaurant. I assume the owners live in there, and you can see they're still doing some laundry out back because it's not used right now. They would clean that up, but this is a big play area, an outdoor dining area. So it used to be another restaurant, there's still some signs, but this is a enormous play area, and what a cool yard this would have been at some point when it was a house. But this is a big playground. I don't think I've ever seen a restaurant with this large of a jungle gym kind of construction with it. I've seen maybe half this size, but this is quite large. Plus, it had that inflatable bouncy house in the front that they don't have inflated right now. And then there's some offices back here in the back. I don't know if those are still actively offices. And then off to the side, you'll see where this is in a second. This is a small event center where if you're having a meeting or a small party and it's air conditioned, you can have it there. And then we're just walking back up. But they were excited to have a chance to show it to us, and we were really impressed overall. Really great venue.
We were wondering about the name Papaturro, and it refers to this tree. This is the type of tree here. So you can see this dominates their space. It's absolutely cool. Really, really neat. So that is in the middle. And restaurant is here, the bridge, and the angel wings.
Now, no restaurant in Nicaragua would be complete if it didn't have a specific Instagram spot. This is a cultural thing. We find it absolutely everywhere. It is expected, and everybody loves it.
We're at the Hotel Sulam, right in the heart of Managua.
So we got a chance to take a tour of the hotel. We're going to take you around and show you a little bit of what this is like. This is such a great location. If you're looking at a map, you can just find the Sulam on the map. Lots of nice places to sit outside. There's the balcony and the front porch. We got to see a room. We're going to take you there in a second. The girls were having fun being on the video today. But this was a really nice spot. If you're going to be downtown Managua, this is a great location.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Sulam Luxury.
And this is a very new hotel, so they're just starting to get to be known. But we did notice some foreigners coming in and staying there as we were leaving, so it is getting some attention. This is not the room, one of the rooms that we had, but this is a fantastic room. They took us up so we could get some shots. What great light and really nice views for downtown Managua. You're always in the city, and there you can see the upstairs balcony. This is a beautiful location. It gets a lot of wind. Everything's air conditioned. Nice little charger, got a fridge, a little desk to do work. They had high-speed internet. Whole place was really nice. We really enjoyed the stay, and we want to thank them for, they didn't put us up. We paid, but giving us the chance to take a tour and everything. This was really nice. There you can see how the security works. A lot of inner city hotels, you do want to have some extra security, and this is a place where you have to have someone let you in at night, and you're completely locked in. So being inside the hotels, it's a very secure experience. Not that break-ins are common, but in hotels, you do sometimes worry about just traffic of people walking in and out, and this is not that kind of place. Only the people who are staying there can be at the hotel. Now, beautiful palm trees. You can see how much wind because we're right next to the lake. We're just off Lago Xochitlan, and there you can see it just in the distance. You can see the mountains and the volcanoes far off, and that is the lake just in front of them. So you got to be a little bit high up to get a view from there, but a view there is.
I didn't have a lot of time to do extra filming after we left the restaurant, so I'm just going to catch you up on what the day was like. But I think this is a good example of what we were able to do going out. This is going to get better in the future. I'm going to try to do more shows like this, so certainly get down there in those comments. Let me know what you think about the show and ask your questions about what you would like to see for other stuff in the future. And of course, there's information down there. You could send in videos with your questions, all kinds of stuff. The show notes are useful, and we don't sell anything, so it's a great opportunity to just see ways to connect or ways to get information or to get involved more. But so the next morning we did breakfast, and once we were done with breakfast, I needed to get back. I had a lot going on back home. The dogs have a coconut. That's what's going on. And so went right back to the hotel. We filmed that quickly because that was the first chance we had to really get everything in daylight for you. So that's where that happened. And then we took a taxi, dropped me off at the Terminal Interlocales Managua Leon, also known as the UCA terminal. Like I tell people, use UCA terminal when speaking to someone, and use the Terminal Interlocales Managua Leon when you want to find the terminal and actually get on the bus. We did show it earlier, so you see what you know what it looks like. You just go to the same spot and you can ask, just say, where's the bus to León? ¿Dónde está el bus de León? There's only one location it's going to go get on that bus, and it'll get you back 78 Cordoba, which is roughly $2 and like 10 cents, something like that, and nice and easy. So I took the bus back, got off at the Uno, the first stop in León, took a taxi back home, nice and easy. It was a very simple trip and always nice and relaxing on the bus. You don't have to worry about anything, and it was really fast. I got one of the really fast ones today. So I wanted to show you while I was hanging out with Luke yesterday afternoon on Saturday. He brought me a few things. One is some GoPro batteries, so that's just nothing to show you, right? But he got me some new GoPro 13 batteries because I eat through batteries like nobody's business. I bought tons of GoPro 12 batteries because I have the 9, 11, and 12 that all use the same batteries. And I have some 13s, but he brought me 40% more 13 batteries, so I'll be able to use that camera a whole lot more. He also brought me some cool things. One is this hat. So if you see this one on the show, that is from Luke, thanks to him. And then the big thing, the piece de resistance of stuff that he brought me, is a new Camelback, and I have not had a Camelback in 20, 25 years. This is a Camelback hiking bag. This is pretty good size. It's a 20-liter model. That's total bag size, not the water. It has a 3-liter water bladder in there that's very hard to get out, but it's got the drinking tube. So now this is a modern one. I haven't had a Camelback in a really long time. So I'm really excited about this. We've been talking about it for most of a year, and he's finally moved here and living here now, and so he brought this for me. And because of the kind of hiking I do, this has a lot of potential, and that's why he and I had discussed it a bit about whether a Camelback would be good, because I do these hikes and I end up with like I have no way to carry a phone and a wallet or any cash, and having the camera, any spare batteries, it's really a problem. I need to dress really light because it's hot down here and I'm hiking often in direct sunlight, so it's very very difficult to deal with any amount of stuff. I can't have backup cameras. It's just very hard. With this, in theory, so I haven't tried it out yet. I've been playing with all the compartments and figuring out how to use it, but this one has a whole bunch of important things. The back is unbelievably breathable, so hopefully that's going to let me like not get all sweaty from wearing it. Plus, it goes directly against the water bladder, so 3 liters, up to 3 liters of ice water can be in there, which will help keep the bag cool, which will help keep my back cool a little bit. Plus, instead of normally when I'm walking, I go out and I'll buy like 1 liter of water, and I feel like I gotta slam it down, and then it makes me sick. But I gotta put down the cold water while it's still cold, and I don't want to carry the bottle around forever. Once my hands get wet, I can't operate the camera or anything. It just gets very difficult. With this, I don't have to do that. I can have the water before I go, which actually saves me a little bit of money. That's, you know, maybe only 50 cents, 75 cents of water per trip, but over time that adds up, obviously. With this, I have way more water. I can go into more remote locations and not worry about coming around to Pulperia, but it's got lots of places to put little bits of money. I got a little tiny money compartment on the side, very hard for someone to get to if I was to be approached. Plus, it's got little pockets that kind of go around your sides that you can put things that you want to have handy access to. This is probably more for like batteries or such. It's got some big compartments too. It's got a good size little one here on top. That's most of my hand. Again, that's for like maybe a wallet or something small like that, maybe ID. But then it's got some big pockets that really open up, and we can put a lot of stuff in there. 20 liters is good size, and then there's the main compartments on top. There's some organization in this and so forth. So I should be able to carry my tripods, maybe a spare camera, a couple different camera options. I'm very likely going to try this out, using it going out to the clubs at night when I'm doing filming in like restaurants and such. I won't fill it up with water in those cases, and I'll just use it kind of like an advanced sling bag. I do have some sling bags that I do use, but none of them are quite as compact and flexible as this. I feel like this will be better for throwing over my shoulder and just having some cameras ready to go, because I can really carry it. I just have more flexibility. So Luke, thank you so much. I'm very excited about this. And I showed it to Paul, and he's like, what? Like, he's jealous for sure. Not that he would use one, but he thinks it's really cool. Plus, it's got this big compartment. I didn't show this on the front. This is great for like if I have a towel or need like a change of shirt or just like clothing or big bulky items. It's just like a flap that's protected, so you can throw things in there really easily. No, it's not going to seal up, so you got to be a little bit careful with it. You're not going to put your electronics in there or anything, but this is very cool. You're going to see me using this a bit. Plus, once I get this figured out, I'm going to come up with a way to attach some cameras to the strap, so when I'm wearing it, I can have a camera there. I don't have that worked out yet. I've got a couple ideas that I want to play with. That's going to give me just more filming options. So this I think is going to be incredibly useful for my getting out and getting you guys footage of things stuff. So that is my new stuff for this trip. I just wanted to share that because you're going to see it on the show, and I don't want to have to talk about it over and over again, but you are going to see me using it when I start walking places. And my foot is starting to improve. It's still got a long way to go, but we're going to be able to get out and do some things pretty quickly. So that was our weekend in Managua, and hopefully by this weekend, Marcela is going to be back in Leon. We're going to try to get out and film something like this, but definitely let me know what you think of this content and similar things, like how do we share this stuff with you in a good way. And if you'd like to help support the channel, you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/ScottAllenMiller. That comes directly to me. It's like Patreon and helps make all these things possible with cameras and software and all the things we have to do. And you can also join our channel, which doesn't really give you any specific benefits really, but it's pretty cool and really makes a big difference to us. It's kind of like doing the Buy Me a Coffee, but does one per month automatically. And as always, we try to do live streams on Thursdays. So if you are so inclined, it is a lot of fun, a great way to engage with each other when you're on there. We also have the completely free, all of this. Well, not the donations, obviously they're not free, but we have the WhatsApp Expats of Nicaragua group. And again, in the show notes, you can get the link to that, so feel free to join up and join us there. There's also additional groups for different cities, Leon, Managua, Granada, and so forth. So if you watch this video, you see stuff in Managua, you want to connect with people who are in Managua, that's one of the places you can join, or just talk to expats from all over the country. We've gotten so many people on there. We've got like over 100 people there now, and our live stream, so busy. These are great places to come and hang out and connect with Nicaragua resources, with expat resources, just to have fun with each other, get to know the country. People find hotels and restaurants and recommendations and ride shares and all kinds of stuff in those groups. Super lively, mute it almost certainly, but we'd love to have you on there, and consider sending in your own questions, whether it's getting down in the comments and just saying hello, let us know what you think, ask a question, or even better, send in a video. Boy, that's a lot of stuff. Hit like, share with someone, tell someone about the show, and I will see all of you tomorrow.